Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm your host, John F. Thomas. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope that you are able to, when you come in, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to either the Black Boss channel or the JT Effect, whatever channel you're on. Just please feel free to hit the subscribe button and leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this topic that we're going to be getting into today. We're going to touch into this soon. So again, like as you're tuning in, please hit the like button. But before we really get into this topic, because it's important, let's hit that intro before we dig into it.
To me, just share with me your thoughts. Don't be afraid to talk to me and show me who you are. I wanna know. Talk to me.
It's the J to your man. Nothing else can make you feel like that. It's the J to your man. Nothing else can make you feel like that.
Talk to me. Just
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Again, as you're tuning in, please hit the like button if you haven't already. That will help get this video out so that more people can see it and chime into it and want to see what we're talking about. So again, I'm your host, John F. Thomas. Thank y'all for tuning in. Leave a comment, type in B1 if you're Black first before Republican, Black first before Democrat, Black first before anything else. And man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. And for everybody else who isn't Black, if you're tuning in, I welcome you. Welcome. So today, what I'm talking about is some things I've been reading on, and I just titled this America Home of the Sensitive, because I feel like we are becoming a lot more sensitive in so many different ways. And the reason why I've come across this is because I just finished reading Powernomics not too long ago. Really great book. If you haven't read it, it's by Dr. Claude Anderson. Dr. Boyce Watkins has been talking about us as a Black community reading that book. It's called Powernomics, again, Empowering Black America. I'll see if I can pull it up so you can know where you can find it, because that's very important. Also, I'm going to switch up something today. I tried to do this with the last video or the previous video before that, and I wasn't able to do it right. Let me put in the right address so that whoever is interested in joining me here, I'll give you a minute if you want to give your 2 cents. I'll give you an entire minute to speak your thoughts and, just be respectful and all that. But, just get on here, speak your thoughts. And I just give you that minute to say how you're feeling, whatever you think. You don't have to show a video of yourself. You can just use your voice. And I'll put that link up here. Just send me a message if you're interested in coming on the line to talk with me about this topic. So I'll put that there. Hopefully this is the right location this time, because I think I typed the wrong thing last time. So I see you pop. B1 back to you. So again, for everybody that wants to tune in, you can go there, send me a message, and I'll send you the link on how to get on here. So again, I just got finished reading Powernomics. It was a great book. It talked about empowering Black America, and certain things in there. It's things that I have thought about before, but in reading this book, it really opened up and put into words, like the way that I can really express like my thoughts and how I've been thinking that America has been leading towards the path that it's been on for the past few years, actually. And that's just with me paying attention. It's already been on a certain path even before I even arrived here on Earth. Before I was born, some things was happening that has been putting America on this downward spiral. And really, because whatever happens to America, it really impacts the Black community. So of course it impacts us a lot because of that. And all of this is very important. So I was reading that and thinking about that, and then I started reading this other book by Faye Bishop. I don't know if y'all know about her. I think she's on the Fly Nubian Queen channel. So she mentioned like, hey, make sure you read the Coddling of the American Mind. That's the book that I'm currently reading right now, The Coddling of the American Mind. And that's a really interesting book. It kind of, in certain ways, it goes hand in hand with Powernomics. And this is Powernomics for those who are wondering what book I just got finished reading. Again, this is by Dr. Claude Anderson. This is the book here, Powernomics, the one on the right. Also, you can also get Black Labor, White Wealth, a Black History Reader. I haven't read those, but I plan on reading those soon. But Powernomics is very important. We all need to read it. And I suggested we all read those books. But okay, going back to this, I'll also show you the Coddling of the American Mind of what I was talking about, of what I was reading with that, because that's a good book, and it's basically talking about the things that are happening that we intend to mean well. Like we intend for this thing to mean well. Like for instance, I want my child to be safe, so I'm gonna put a bike helmet on. I'm gonna put the elbow pads on. They're basically going to be super protected as they're riding their bike. And it has good intent, right? I mean, the intent is like, hey, in case you fall, that way you don't scrape yourself, that way you don't bump your head, all that good stuff. And it is done with good intent because I want to protect my child. But if you think about if you don't allow certain challenges and certain things to occur, that's the pros of that, to protect your child. That's the pros. The cons of it is, if they get any little scratch or anything outside of their elbow pads, outside of they don't know how to be rough and tough. They don't know how, I guess, as an analogy, how tough the world can be, because we are cushioning them so much, so much cushioning, almost like helicopter parenting. Not saying that is helicopter parenting, but that was just an example. Another example, probably a better example, is when we have a trophy for everybody that ran a race. Oh no, everybody wins. No. So even though you didn't win first place, but you won anyway, here's a trophy. And that's not doing anything good for people in general, because you're just giving out participation trophies. And that's not how the world works. Because once you go into your real job and you see how tough it is, and they're not handing out participation bonuses. They're like, hey, look, you know what? You tried. You didn't hit your numbers, but I'm going to give you this bonus anyway. That's not going to happen. So, and we wonder why also depression has been going up a lot with a lot of people. And we can attribute it to a lot of different things, but people are more depressed than they were before. I mean, like for us to go back and look at like the 1960s, 1950s, there was a lot to be depressed about, right? There was a lot to be sad about. But fast forward to now, we're in the 2020s, things have progressed. Technology has progressed. I can be in touch with people a whole lot easier than I used to, where I had to, use the phone, write a letter. There was no internet. I couldn't connect with people as easy. I can do that now. So why is depression going up if technology has advanced, if healthcare has advanced, people are living longer, we have entertainment at our fingertips. I can watch Netflix, I can watch Amazon Prime. I have my phone. It entertains me every 5 seconds. So why am I so depressed? And all of this is because we have been, basically we're starting to be traumatized. So let me just start with, because Americans are starting to get offended. I don't know if you've noticed, but we're starting to get offended by any little thing. And it's a problem. What was initially meant to bring attention to issues, like I said, going back to like, oh, well, there's kids that are sad because they didn't win a trophy. Well, let's get all the kids a trophy. That way, everybody's happy. All the kids become a trophy. So what was initially done as good intent and meant well, it has far-reaching consequences. So it has so in that instance where everybody wins a trophy, you don't instill in these kids a drive to do better. Like, hey, you didn't win, and that's not the end of the world, because there's a lot of times you don't win. You can't win at everything. That's not real life. Real life, you can't win at everything. And we are, in a sense, conditioning ourselves and our children to hey, so there's a line in this book that says we are, and it's a quote also that the book uses, that it says we're supposed to be preparing our children for the road, not the road for our children. Because if you try to prepare the road for your children, that's not realistic. Because inside your community, inside your bubble, you probably prepared the road for the children. But once they go outside of those spaces, they're not prepared for the world. They're not prepared for that road. That road is tough. That road is hard. So we have to start being really careful about some of the things that we have been doing. Like, and even with the internet, as great as the internet is, like now I can reach out to you. You can reach out to me. We can connect with one another, and it's great. But also there's the downsides to it, to where I can post something and somebody can be offended by any little thing. Like, have you ever gone to Yahoo and they're just like, oh, somebody's upset at whoever because they said something about, I don't know, clowns. And then all of a sudden, oh, you hurt the clown community and whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's a clown community. What are we talking about? This person, Jessica Alba hates clowns. And it's like, what? Like, you take the words, you misconstrue it, and it's to push out outrage. It's so much, and especially, I know it feels like I'm really bagging on Democrats a lot, but with the liberals, or at least the extreme liberals, there is, I even want to say, I know there's like cancel culture, but outrage culture, like outrage at everything. And if you start using that, it started here. I coined it. Outrage culture, where you're outraged by any little thing. If it offends me and my 3 friends, you should all be ashamed of yourself, because you need to cater to my feelings. You need to cater to our feelings here. No matter what everybody else feels, you need to cater to our feelings over here, because we feel hurt and my feelings are hurt. So you need to probably make me feel better. And that's just not realistic. That's not realistic in this world. Again, if you're tuning in, if you haven't, please hit the like button so that more people can see this video and we can get this video out here, and leave a comment. Let me know what you're thinking as we're going along. And let me go ahead and get into the other topic. Again, if you want to give your 2 cents, like I said, I put the link in the comments, so you can send a message and say, hey, I'd like to come on and give my thoughts. You don't have to be on video. You can just use your voice, use your phone or whatever, and you can chime in and let me know your thoughts on this. So the next thing, I was thinking about some of the things that we are starting to be offended about any little thing. Like, a person says something, or even if it's not even, they don't call us an N-word or whatever, but it's like, oh, this person says something that hurts our feelings. My feelings are hurt. And all of a sudden, this person needs to apologize, and we're almost ready to go march on any little thing. Like, there is the internet march. It's like, it's basically everybody's grabbing the pitchforks and the torches, and they're ready to go. And I was just sitting there thinking, like, on all of these small little things, and a lot of these things are small, how would our parents, our grandparents, our great-grandparents, our ancestors look at us and just like, you mad about that? Like, what I had to deal with? I had people call me all kind of things and say all kind of stuff to me, or whatever. And we had to think that stuff through. We can't just lead with our emotions, because when you lead with your emotions, that's an easy way to, if in a realistic world, in a world sense, that's an easy way to get killed, leading with your emotions. And a lot of us have been leading with our emotions lately, and that's not good. Like, nobody's thinking, nobody's using their brain, nobody's saying, hey, is this smart? Like, what I'm doing? Like, should I react in this way? Should I react off my first instinct? Or should I pause and think for a second, like, wait, this isn't, I want to slap this person, but maybe me slapping them isn't the right thing to do. Because on my last episode, I don't know if you remember, T, my guest, he mentioned, like, sometimes when somebody calls you the N-word, yes, it pisses you off. Yes, they need to respect you. And sometimes maybe you can get away with slapping them. Maybe. But do you need to slap them in every situation where somebody calls you N-word? Maybe you're the one that, needs to, because if we just react off of any little thing, like somebody can call me N-word walking down the street, that doesn't mean I need to confront them. Because in a sense, if I confront, they win, right? In a sense, if I confront if a person knows that they can trigger me off of any little thing, they know how to control me. They know how to control me. If I know how to trigger you, I will do the things to trigger you, and now I control you. You think you control yourself, but I control you, because I know what to say to get you mad. I know what to say to get you so emotional that you can't think. and that's dangerous. And the thing is, we try to change, forcefully change so many other people because of how I feel. You hurt my feelings. We forget about what do we need to change? What do I need to work on myself? You know, like, man, because some people get easily upset, and instead of everybody else walking around eggshells around their person, why doesn't that person work on their anger issues? What happened to that? Because now we're starting to, going back to the coddling of the American mind, we're starting to coddle, and everybody, you know, needs their little safe space. Then no one is growing. It's almost like we're reverting back to our base instincts, right? And let me know if you agree. Let me know if you maybe I'm just talking out of my, you know, rear end. I don't know, out of my butt. Let me know if you agree or not, because I feel like as much as we are progressing on one hand, we're also reverting back to our base instincts, and nobody's thinking, nobody's having an engaging conversation, even with a person that you don't, and everybody is almost in an echo chamber. If you look online, they're in an echo chamber. If you don't agree with what I say, you're wrong. I don't care about I don't care about what else you're saying. And you can be saying it in a nice way, but you're wrong, and you're racist, and you're a bigot, and you're this, and you're that. And nobody is really listening to each other anymore. Nobody is engaging. Nobody is using critical thought. Like, hey, maybe this person said this thing, but then sometimes we think about it, what's the intent? Because even I was interested in, I think where I'm at close enough in the book is where it was talking about basically, because now there's more awareness that, you know, with microaggressions and stuff like, and that's true, right? But then also, is it almost like every little thing is a microaggression? Are we looking at every little thing without looking at the intent behind something? Because I've been seeing certain people, for instance, online, where they might question something. Somebody posts something and somebody questions it. And I can tell their intent is like, hey, I really don't know. Maybe I want to, you know, learn to, like, enlighten me in a sense. But the person and everybody else who looks at that, they see, oh, you're challenging me, you're attacking me because you're questioning what I'm saying. So bring the torches, bring the pitchforks, shame the hell out of this person, shame them off of this, get out, you know, if you don't want to be my friend, you don't want to agree with me, you can just block yourself, you can leave, unfriend, I'm gonna unfriend request this person, get this person out of here. And it's just like, that is insane. We are reverting back to the old days where it's just like, this person did something, it's like, oh, witch, this person is a witch, run them out of town. The person is trying to find, no, I'm not a witch, I just did this thing, no, witch, you know, and we're running them out of town. We are reverting almost back to those base instincts where logic isn't important anymore, but it should be. And we're so afraid to challenge people logically that we're just going off of base instincts, going off of emotions. Now, there are certain situations where using your intuition, like if something doesn't feel right or whatever for your, you know, whatever survival, like if you're hanging out with somebody and some stuff seems off, and this person might kill me or something, like, oh, I might get robbed. Yeah, like there's things like that, you know, listen to your gut instinct. But a lot of there's a difference between gut instinct and just your emotions. Like when you hear something and the first emotion that you have, it's just like when your parents tell you something when you're a kid, no, you can't hang out with these people. It's dangerous if you go this, but well, why can I hang out with my friends? Man, it's messed up. We ain't finna be doing nothing. We ain't finna blah, 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 blah. But ultimately, you don't know. You haven't been there. And your parents was trying to help you. They could see further than you can, but you were going off of your base instincts. And that's kind of like what we're doing. A lot of us are adults, but we're still teenagers. We have adult bodies, but we still have teenage minds. We still have little kid minds, and these same people are having children. So how can you say you're a grown woman when you act like a child, you react like a child, and you have a child? So how can you teach your little girl to be a grown woman if you don't know how to be a grown woman? You're not a grown woman yourself. How can you, in a man's body, teach this little boy how to be a man when you don't know how to be a man? You don't even practice the things that men do. But you think you can teach this little boy how to be a man? Like, come on. And that's where we need to start working on ourselves more. We need to start holding ourselves, going back to my video last week, more accountable. We need to start being more accountable and stop going off our base instincts, going off our base emotions, and start using logic, because that's important. Again, if you're tuning in, please hit the like button. If you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button. Subscribe to either the Black Boss channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. And or subscribe to the JT Effect. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. And this is really important. And leave your thoughts. Leave a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. I don't know. Like, again, maybe I might be wrong. I might be insane. But let me know. I don't know. Let me know. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is we need to start questioning ourselves. Like, going back to those things I was talking about. Like, we're going off our base instinct, our base emotions. Like, we need to start questioning. Like, wait, am I really being offended, or is this just am I just perceiving this as offense when this person really isn't, trying to offend me, or it wasn't their intent to offend me? Like, what is the intent behind what this person did or said? Did they, I don't know, because sometimes people just don't, as much as, there's information that some people need to learn, and there's the internet and they can go research and all this other stuff. Sometimes people don't. Maybe they feel like they don't have enough time in their day to do so, or I don't know. I don't know what this person has going on in their life. Because I remember when the George Floyd stuff was going on, I remember a few people saying, I don't have time to educate these white people who are asking me stuff. But it's just like, well, I was talking to my best friend about this, and I was just like, it's interesting, which I understand that. I do get that. Where it's just like, man, you got the internet just like I got the internet. You get on your phone and look this stuff up. But also, you should take some kind of appreciation and honor in there, because there's something different when you're talking to a person, because you have that experience now. It's like, hey, yeah, I can read this stuff, but it's not really making sense unless I talk to you about it. It's same thing like if you go into school, a teacher can give me a book. Hey, read this book, and we're gonna test you on it. But if they're not teaching about and explaining the applications in the book, am I really learning anything? Am I really getting the best out of that class? Like, no, because that doesn't make sense. Like, why would the teacher give you a book and then just like, well, I ain't finna be saying nothing in class, so y'all read the book, figure it out. Like, you will fail that class. You will fail that. Hey, what's going on, Tanya? Well, welcome. And it's very important. Like, we have to, and I'm not saying that you need to go and be teaching everybody. If you have the capacity to do so, cool. But also don't get so mad when people come up to you, because and that goes back to perspective. Let's go your base reaction. You go, I ain't got time. I've been dealing with this all my life, and now you want to come find out. Well, hey, at least they want to find out, because guess what? That person could be like, man, I don't give a F about your life. Who cares? But there's people that wanted to find out, like, hey, look, I saw this George Floyd thing, and man, can you talk with me about it? Because it's now, like, I'm interested. I want to learn. I want to please, like, help enlighten me, because I'm reading this stuff. Certain things aren't really making sense. So can you help fill in the gaps, basically? So I think Jim West asked to do Black's research that, and I don't know. I mean, so there's a lot of stuff we need to research too, because there's some of us that are just talking about stuff, and we haven't really done the research. So it's really important that we do that. And another question I was saying, thing like, going back to, am I being offended? Like, am I overreacting? Because sometimes I have to ask myself that, like, am I overreacting? Like, am I tripping? Am I bugging? Because remember when you were a kid and you was at home and your parents came home, any little thing you did, they were like, I'm tired. I've been working all day and you didn't blah, 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 blah. This is like, dang, like, well, calm down. Like, what's wrong with you? That's them over. But, if you think about it, it's like, man, they had a really long day, so all the stuff added up. Now, that still doesn't make it right. But, like, we need to start asking ourselves, am I overreacting? Can I handle this in a much more logical and mature manner? And that's something real, because we have to start doing that a lot more. Because right now, what we're seeing on with the media, because they're sending this stuff. Okay, oh, you should be upset. You should be upset about this. You should be upset about that. You should be upset about this. You should be upset about that. And for real, I think about this, because I mentioned this earlier. back in the 1950s and 60s, there was something to be depressed about, but they were able to persevere, right? It's like we will always persevere. But why, if technology has improved, if health has improved, if et cetera, living conditions have improved, so much running water and air conditioning, air and heat and more affordable cars and all this kind of stuff, transportation and all this stuff has improved. Why are more people depressed? Why are more people depressed when you have everything at your fingertips now and you're more depressed? That's a problem, because now saying, hey, that thing that you felt a few days, you should be mad about that. You should be pissed off. You should be upset. You should blah, 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 and that's going off of your emotion. That's manipulating your emotion instead of saying, hey, let's think this through. Should you really be, like they said that, but like, did they mean it? Like, did they, was there ill intent behind the meaning of what they said? Maybe not, and that doesn't mean that you just let somebody disrespect you. They need to apologize, but we have to start handling certain things differently. Let's start adding logic within these situations instead of just going off of our emotion. Somebody said this and I'm pissed, cancel this person, get this person out of here, get this person fired, get off my page, get off my comment section. You don't agree with what I'm saying, so get out of here, because I want my echo chamber. And whatever I say, everybody needs to agree. And that's not real life. We're reverting back to what they did back in the past. Same thing like what Jim mentioned earlier. We're talking about flat earth. Back then, they said the earth was flat. But then a person said, hey, man, I don't know. I think the earth is round. Get out of here, you stupid. You're stupid. The earth is flat. Why would the earth be round? Look, I'm walking on the flat ground. The earth ain't round. And it's just like, so you only want to hear what you want to hear. And you got to think about, like, and I can't be on here too much longer. I had to get off because I got somewhere to be. But and Jim mentioned, like, yeah, we all have different perspectives. We all have different perspectives, and it's interesting to have those perspectives. We have to have those different perspectives, because if you don't have those perspectives, you can't grow by being challenged. And now, just because just because you have a different perspective than I do, or you have a different thought than I do, we can disagree, but we can still be friends, or still be sociable, or still be respectable towards one another. And really, ultimately, the thing is, it's like, if I can ultimately disprove with facts what you're saying, with evidence or whatever, what you're talking about, then honestly, that should be that on that. And a logical person would be like, you know what? I see what you're saying, and I concede. I've been trying to do that a lot more, because I know a lot of people don't like being wrong. A lot of people do not like being wrong, and that's the immaturity part, right? That's being immature, because you don't want to be wrong. You feel embarrassed when you're exposed, in a sense, and it's just like, oh, I feel like I'm stupid. So what up? Shut up. You wrong. You don't know what you're talking about, and whatever, blah, 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 blah. But like, we got to get past all of that. We can't because on the media, in mainstream media, it's these other people are stupid, these other people are wrong, and they're not even talking to these people, really. They're not asking them, what are your thoughts? What do you think? What evidence do you have to back this up? And they just bring other people on to say, yeah, these people are stupid. And on the other side of the spectrum, they're doing the same thing to the other people. Yeah, these people are stupid. They're dumb. They're ruining America. They're ruining the world. And nobody's listening to each other. So how are you going to have any kind of progress when you just have one side saying the other side's stupid, and you have the other side saying the other side's stupid? Nobody's grabbing somebody from the other side and being like, hey, like, what are your thoughts? Like, I might not agree with what you're saying, but I respect you in order to allow your thoughts to be spoken here. So, and it's dangerous when you have that much control over thoughts and information. Like, that's not good. That is not good. And that's how you have a dictatorship. Of course, it's like, hey, whatever I believe is right. You can't think whatever you want to think. And the people who do think, now we have people who think differently or have different thoughts. They don't even want to express their thoughts because they don't want to get shamed. They don't want to get publicly lambasted. They don't want to get basically stoned in public. And it's like, in a sense, you can't blame, but we are going, it's like the pendulum, let's say it was on one side during the 1950s and 60s. And what was meant to be well, to bring it in the middle, has now swung all the way to the other side, to where now if you say anything of anything remotely, or if I even perceive it to be something, it's not even that you're even saying anything remotely close to being racist or offensive or whatever. If I perceive it, if I feel like you're saying something, not if you're actually saying that, or if what is your intent behind it. If I feel like you're saying that, you're wrong, you should be canceled, you should be silenced, you should lose your job, you should and that'll affect your family and stuff, but I don't care because you're wrong, get this person out of here. And that's just really ignorant. That's ignorant, that's immature, that's childish, and we need to get out of there. And we just have to start doing better on that, in that sense. And let me see, last thing, because again, I can't be here too much long. How much time I got? Okay, I only got like about 5 more minutes, so I'm gonna try to wrap this up real quick. Again, for everybody that's tuning in, if you haven't hit the like button, thank you all for your comments. I appreciate them. I love engaging with y'all. Y'all are amazing people. And so, okay, let me just wrap it up with this. Realistically speaking, again, leading with emotion gets you killed. You know, if you don't put logic into it, it's just like same thing. Like if we were back in just the world in the cave. And so if we're out in the woods somewhere and a bear comes out and attacks my friend, initial emotion was because I lost my friend and I'm upset. You crazy ass bear, you killed my friend, I'm gonna kill you. Logic should kick in. It's like, hey, I don't want to get killed too. That's a bear. You know, I can't go and attack. Yes, I want to attack this bear because he killed my friend. That's my best friend, or that's my whatever. But logically, if you do include the logic, like, hey man, you're gonna lose your life too. But media has been taking away logic and just been pumping more emotion. You should get mad, you should be upset, you should be angry. And it's just like, whoa, why am I so angry? Again, remember I said, even going back, because remember civil rights era was in the 1950s and the 60s era. So from then till now, so much stuff has improved. Technology, more access to food, health care is, well, I mean, ultimately it's better. You know, people are living longer. There's more medicine, there's more whatever. I'm able to reach people I haven't been able to reach. I can keep in touch with friends from elementary school. I haven't seen them in forever, and I can connect with them just like that. Why am I so depressed? Why am I so sad? Why am I so anxious? As if there's no good things happening, or nothing good has happened. You know, so like, and that's a problem. And you should understand, you are being manipulated. You are being, and myself too. And I'm not saying just you. We all are being manipulated, and we have to start being aware of that and start becoming conscious of like, wait. What am I sad about? There's a lot of things to be happy about. There's a lot of things that are going good. I shouldn't be feeling sad. I shouldn't be feeling down. I shouldn't be feeling so depressed. So why do I feel, man, maybe it's because CNN is trying to scare the crap out of me about whatever, or about, you know, Republicans, or about Trump, when we as Black Americans, Trump didn't really affect us. You know what I'm saying? Or with Trump and them, they was trying to scare us about, you know, the Spanish, they're gonna come across the border and start raping people. They're gonna start raping folks. And it's like, there's people within our borders that rape people. What do you say? There's people within some people own family that rape people. So why are you scaring me about the big bad boogie person across the border? You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't make any sense. We have enough bad here. We need to work on that here. I don't care about what's happening over there. You know, so it's a lot of stuff. We're being manipulated. We're being told what to think without thinking for yourself. We have to start thinking for ourselves. Stop letting the media tell us what to think. I'm not saying don't watch the media. Yeah, watch it, but take everything as a grain of salt. Once you start feeling so anxious and stuff, pull back and reset. Go for a walk. Do something that calms you down. Go read a book. Whatever. Play video games. I don't care what you do. And I want to say, yes, we need to become better. These are my last thoughts. We need to become better, but dealing with adversity or a difference of thought or opinion allows you to think, become better, and become a more full person. So basically, at the end of the day, challenges bring out the best in you. Even though like there's a lot of sad stuff that happened to our parents and our grandparents, they were dealing with racism, stuff like that, but they became better people because some of this little stuff that we're just getting so triggered on, so offended by, that's nothing to them. It's like, what? What are you offended? I mean, because you have to, in the seriousness, because they were dealing with the real world. As much as we want people to become better and stop being so racist, the honest to God truth is you can't forcefully change the world. You can only, and I hate to quote this from Hillary Clinton, but it's like you have to start changing hearts. If you can change a person's heart, that's different, but you can't force the world to fit what you want it to be. That's not real. That's not real. So you have to prepare the child for the road, not the road for the child. Because if you try to prepare the road for the child is going to be very, very ill-equipped, and they're going to be so depressed, like as many of us are right now. And I think about it, why are we so depressed? There's a lot of good things that are happening. Improved technology, improved healthcare, more food, access to food. And yes, there are bad things going on in the world, but things have become better. So why are we so depressed? So I just want y'all to think about that. Tanya said, I don't have anything against Trump. He hasn't said stuff about us so far. I mean, was he an idiot? Yeah, but I mean, he wasn't doing anything to hurt the Black community. Not really. So, I mean, nothing. I mean, Joe Biden just said, basically, in a sense, that I'm not going to do anything in regards to reparations, even though he just gave Asian people reparations for getting attacked in the streets quickly within months. But he can't do nothing for Black people. But you know, y'all know how that goes. So anyway, hit the like button, leave a comment, share this video so that more people can see it. Also, if you want to support Black media, I really appreciate it. And something like this, independent Black media, nobody's controlling me to say anything. I'm saying this on my own accord. Feel free to patronize the JT Effect. Invest in the JT Effect Black-owned media. You can give $1, $5, or $10. All of that, you know, helps. Or if you want to give more or something in between, you can feel free to give out at PayPal at paypal.me/ThomasHarryVisions, or you can Cash App. That'll help out. I want to give a shout out to what's Michael Stallworth. If you're watching, I appreciate your investment into Black-owned media. I appreciate that, man. So much so I want to call you out. I don't want to, you know, for anybody that's contributing, I don't want y'all thinking that I'm just taking this for granted. I'm not. And there's two other people I need to call out for investing into a Black-owned media. They are, if this thing will hurry up, Barbara and John Fitzgerald Guillory. Thank you both for your monthly support. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. So if y'all want to contribute, again, feel free. I appreciate it. I love y'all. I thank you so much. And please feel free to share this video, hit the like button, continue the conversation on as I get out of here. I love y'all. And I'll see y'all here next week.